Somebody give the Lord a dance in this place. I can see you dance in this place. Everybody, 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 everybody. How many of you remember this club back in the day? Hey, are you ready? Hey, 1, 2, 3, we go. God bless you. Hi, God bless you.
God bless you.
You know what? Let me ask this. Who came here today in their persona images? Or got up today in one of their personas? Oh, thank you. So we are conscious adherents. Online participants, I know you got up in one of it. I got up in my love persona today. And I know we all had come into church with our various personas to celebrate each other. I welcome you to today's service, and I know, and I always say I know because I know it happens, that your life will be blessed by our day's service. So please stay tuned. For our protocols, I'll quickly do that. For our fire exit and those of us present here, we have the labels right on every door, just when it's, just in case there's any fires, these are the exit points to use. And there's one just right behind me. Also to say, I know the COVID rules have been released, but if if you do feel unwell, please let us know. I think we're all strong, all Ethereans are all strong. We start our day service. And when we see this person in the seat, we know God has also sat in the seat. So we have our sister, Trudy Acquah, to start us the day with our day's meditation. And when you get connected, you would be well connected. And when she is done with the meditation for the day, we'd have our sister Georgina Acquah to give us the vision call for the day. And then I'll tell you what the rest of the day would be. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you. Shall we start by singing hymn 63? All things are possible to him.
All things are possible to him. 2.
All things are possible to him. Oh, in his own compassion brave his life for living things that set them all. Ocean falls, his mercy he affords to all, to them who in his blood are found. The most impossible of all is to think that we are apart from him who is ever present as all, who is a substance still. Nothing is hard for him, it's true. He lives and he is the strength of all. All things are possible to God. To Christ the power of God in man. When I am truly renewed in love, when I am Christ made one, and witness from error set free, all things are possible to me. Please be seated. Yes, all things are possible. All things are possible to God, so all things are possible to you. In Ethereum Mission, we have different type of meditations. And I have fallen in love with one meditation that is decision-making meditation. I love this decision-making meditation. For when it started, I remember, I will tell you a little bit story about decision-making meditation and how important it is and why it's so important. to make a decision in life is not an easy task. To make a decision and able to follow your decision, that is what makes you what you are. Because sometimes, I'll give you an example. You can make a decision that tomorrow I'm going to church. Then in the night, it started raining or snowing. You look in the weather. You have already decided. You already told one or two people that, oh, tomorrow is Sunday and I will be going to church. And then when you see the rain or the weather, you decide to lie down a little bit and say, oh, I'm late. After all, I can watch it online. And then I will benefit from the one online and Ghana. You have done it. You have watched it. But you have let yourself down. Because you said you would do something, you didn't do it. It's not that you let another person down. You let yourself down. So I always believe in decision-making meditation. And I will tell you, when it started in Ghana, I will tell you a small story, which Brother Ishmael and Sister Joan always know that story. There was a young man or a young boy at that time when it started. And this young boy was born almost with his thumb in his mouth. And his thumb, as soon as the baby came out, the thumb was already in his mouth. So the nurses thought, oh, he's hungry. So they gave him milk immediately. As soon as they removed the bottle, she put the hand back. So this young boy was sucking his thumb for all that time. At the age of between 6 and 7, that was when the decision meditation was taught in a Tyrian mission. And the day it was taught, the young boy went home with the parents. And then he sit down there and decided, oh, I'm taking a decision. So when we bring our children here, you see them behind. You think they are not taking any notice. He said, I'm taking a decision today that I'm not sucking my thumb anymore. So the thumb was in his mouth when he was saying it. I'm taking a decision that I'm not sucking my thumb anymore. I'm making a decision. And I'm making more decisions. And now I've decided. Pop, and then she moved the thumb. And from that day, that boy has stopped sucking the thumb. Brother Ishmael know this story, and Sister Joan know. And he always uses it as an example. So this decision making is a very serious meditation. And we are going to use it consciously today. We are going to use a decision making meditation. When you make a decision and you follow it, that's what makes you what you are. That's what makes life trust you and believe in you. And I will tell you, don't let me believe in you. Let life believe in you. And life only believes in you because when you say something, you do it. God bless you. God bless you. So, shall we gently decide in our own free will that we are going into meditation? Make a decision that you are going to go within yourself and relax. Relax your feet on the ground. Just relax. Your hands on your lap, your palm facing down. Take the decision. And now, do it. We are in meditation. Now we're going to decide to lift or raise our hand up, left hand up. You are making a decision to raise your left hand up out of your own free will. Make that decision. Decide some more. And now do it. make a decision that you're going to keep your left hand up and just keep it there. Now decide, and decide some more, that you are bringing your hand gently back on your lap. Good. Now we're going to make a decision. A forgiveness decision. Now set your mind and bring to mind something that you are hurt. Somebody said something and that thing hurt you. And you make a decision that you will never talk to that person again. Now decide in your own free will that you're going to free yourself. You are going to free yourself from that negative decision that you will never talk to another unit of God. Make a decision to free yourself. Free yourself for that negative decision. You made that decision when you were annoyed. Now you are relaxed. You make that decision unconsciously because you are not yourself. You were not mentally balanced like you are now. So now you can undo it easily. Now undo it. Forgive yourself for making that decision. Forgive yourself. And now make a new decision. Decide your own free will to make a new decision. A new decision to be at peace with yourself. The only way you can forgive somebody is when you are at peace with yourself. Be at peace. Make that decision. And now be at peace with yourself. And for you to be in that peaceful and be able to let go, chant or sing with me. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on, I will let go. Shall we sing it together? I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything I have been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. Yes, God. We consciously forgive ourselves for the things that we hold and things that is holding us back. We forgive ourselves for this. We surrender to the truth, which is oneness. Oneness of every unit of you. Oneness with our brothers and sisters. We are ready for that change. Embracing life in full. And so it is. Amen. God bless you. Shall we sing hymn 136? Want to always be calm since you are Christ.
Always be calm since you are Christ too. Always be calm since you are Christ. Patiently faith is Christ you meet. Thus says the Lord, always be calm. Let no alarm your peace defeat. Look up to heaven, God does not sleep. Don't try to hide, you are in the light. All that you do, evil or good, God knows it also, do the right. Anger is wrong, says you are Christ. When you're provoked, do not give way. Thus says the Lord, anger is wrong. Leave it to God, He will repay. Love everyone, says you are Christ. Neighbors and friends and strangers too. Thus says the Lord, love everyone. They are important just like you. Pray every day, says you are Christ. Take all your needs to God in prayer. Thus says the Lord, pray every day. Go right within you, meet Him there.
Please be seated.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Let's listen to our vision call. The Ethereum Mission Vision Call is a statement of faith. Its message directly appeals to the soul and empowers it. In it is embodied the Ethereum Christ vision, which states, see the good and the divine in yourself and in all of life.
Yes.
Life is at Congress, working for our highest good and the
Yes.
good of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
We are here as conscious and active participants in life efforts to establish the kingdom of God, which embraces all of humanity, irrespective of their race, creed, or culture here on earth.
Yes.
We are the divine expressions of God, determined to make this happen through the practical applications of our Christ vision, which adjusts us to see the good and the divine in ourselves and in all of life.
Yes.
We declare, knowing it to be true, that our lives are good.
Yes.
Our good is getting better.
Amen.
And our best shines.
Amen.
We are here on earth to do God, to be gods of truth and love. And so we are.
And so we are.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Let's give her a round of applause, please. That vibrated well. Did we not feel it? Did you not feel our vision? Can we give it to her again, please? I felt the vision in myself. Thank you, Sister Georgina, and God bless you. So we move to the second stage of our day. And online participants, I think normally you know the usual thing that we do at this time. We'll be introducing the teacher for the day. And the teacher for today is no other person than our brother Samuel Acquah, one of Bryce Mill's newly seasoned disciples. I want to say that when Bryce Mill trains you, your match is very few on the planet. You know, if you're trained by Brother Ishmael Tete, then your match is few on the planet. So we have Brother Samuel to take us through the teaching for the day. And before Brother Samuel would do that, we invite ourselves into spirit, into God, into the teaching, before the teaching. And today, this would be done by our vigil minister. She would invite us with another song. You can see the song she's already started, lifting us up into ourselves, I'll say, the spirit of God that we are. So she invites us again into spirit, and then the teaching happens. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Before we start, we're going to have a song from Papa. That is, all of you going to dance and enjoy it to welcome him here. Shall we?
Jesus, you're my everything, yeah. My everything is you, Lord. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody say, oh, 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 oh. Say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things,
All the many things you've done for me.
words are not enough,
To say thank you,
Say, Lord, you are my everything.
you're my everything.
How can I express my gratitude
How can I express my gratitude
for all the many things,
all the many things you've done
that
for
you've
me?
done for me, yeah.
Words are not enough to say
Thank you.
Say, Lord, you are,
you're my everything.
I call you God.
I call you God, you're my provider.
You need,
I call you Nisi,
you are my
you are my banner.
you
I call you Rapha, you are my healer.
Say, Lord, you are.
God,
You're my everything.
I call you God.
I call you God, you're my provider.
All you need,
I call you Nisi,
you are my
you are my banner.
All you
I
right.
call you Rapha, you are my healer.
Say, Lord, you are. Lord, you are.
You're my everything.
Oh, you're my thing, you know. Oh, you're my thing, you know. Oh, you're my thing, you know. Oh, oh, you're my thing, you know. Yeah. So, oh, yeah.
Uya madinina, uya madinina,
Yeah.
uya madinina.
God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Yes. I welcome everyone once again, and I welcome our online streamers who are joining us from near and afar. With the power of technology, wherever that you are, you can also consciously participate with us in our service today. Today, the theme of my message is peace in our lifetime. Peace in our lifetime. That is one thing our guru is so much passionate about, for us to have peace in our lifetime. And we are in moments where truly peace is needed in our lifetime, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And the topic is the common grounds. The common grounds. All of us here, we were born into families. To the Acquahs, they have, beyond the nuclear families, we have the Oyoko, Breakthrough, tell me more. Anana, okay, and the Fantas, Asuna, Adriana, and to the, okay, you see, okay. So even beyond the nuclear families, we were born into, what did they call it? Clans, right? Excellent. Now, as we grow, we attended nurseries. Sometimes, as you walk in town, you meet someone who you went to the same nursery with. We went into primary schools, so we began having classmates of our own. And then we grew up, we went into secondary schools. Any every girls here? Acquah Secondary School, anyone here? Well, I went to Kumasi High School. We call ourselves Emrantie. Wege? Agri Memorial. What do you call yourselves? You should. Oh, okay. All right. She's not a good alumni. All right. Amosa. Okay, but you see, in my case, we call ourselves Emrantie. I don't know about every girls. It's a middle school. Oh, okay. All right. And I'm in the secondary school. Abugis. Oh, okay. All right. Well, like the very ones who went to Prempeh College, they are Amanfo. And Opokuware is Owa Aketechi. Right. Okay. Now, from the secondary school, we went to the university. And then even in the university, we went to separate halls of residence.
You may see a friend of you who you went to the same hall with, Commonwealth. They call them, what do they call the Commonwealth guy? Vandals, yes. Are you a vandal? Yes, you see. So when you see a fellow vandal, there is some joy that comes in you, especially when you meet the very ones who were part of your singing. Were you part of them, the sing? Oh, you didn't sing, yeah? You didn't join, yeah? Okay, all right. So as we grow, we form or we develop associations along the way. Well, we are all of us here were born Ghanaians. So we have a nationality called Ghanaians. And not just us, not just you being born a Ghanaian. As you grow and then through school and what have you, you pick the professions that you would also want to do as well. We have teachers, we have accountants, we have doctors, we have nurses. As we grow, we pick associations along the way. Yes. Now, when we move beyond these even smaller groups, we can go on the international levels. We have the African Union, where we have a collection of African countries coming together to form one body. We have the EU. Quite recently, we went, the United Kingdom, we went out of the EU. But it's a body, a number of bodies, countries coming together. Now we have the NATO, the center of so many things happening in Russia as we speak now. We have all these associations where we grow ourselves in on a group level, we get associated with. And truly, when you are to meet someone that you share some form of association with that person, it goes a very long way to determine how you will treat that person. So assuming right now you meet someone who belongs to the same tribe as you. You are so happy to meet someone who comes from the same tribe as you. You are so happy to see someone who comes from the same hometown as you. You are happy to see someone who goes to the same church with you. In fact, you are happy to see someone who belongs to the same religion with you. And it goes a very long way as to the kind of things that you will do for that person. Yes, we form or we belong to political parties as well. There are some people, when there is a job vacancy in their place, they would want to fill it with someone who belongs to their political party, isn't it? Yes, it happens that way. There are some people, when they know of a job vacancy in their workplace, the first thing that comes into mind is their country person or their countryman. So, as we are here, when we, when we came here, when we were young, although we are still young, when we hear of a vacancy at our job places, who comes to mind first of all? Oh, let me see if I know someone who will be able to fill this job. And even if you don't know someone who would directly fill that job, you see or you find out from some of your friends who may know people who can fill that job. In fact, we all have reference points where we use in order to treat one another. When you see someone who is of your same color, you have a way of treating that person. When you attend your association meetings and what have you, there are particular ways of some protocols that you follow as to how you treat each other. When someone in your association is bereaved or gets a problem or what have you, you use the same protocols in your association to treat that person. So the associations that we form, the relationship that we form based on whatever protocol that we have, goes a very long way to determine how we will treat each other. But the big question that we should ask ourselves is there any form of association? Is there any form of common grounds that I share in common beyond that noted a form of association that I have with someone? So let's say you meet someone who comes from the same tribe as you, and you are so happy, willingly wanting to help that person, whatever the person is going through. Let's say if you meet someone who is not coming from your tribe, what would you do? Would you still be able to find a common ground where you will stand in order to help that person? Or how you would treat someone who is from your tribe will be different from someone who you treat. Someone who is not from your tribe, how you treat that person. Will there be a difference in that? If there will be a difference, and it is not a progressive difference, what you are telling yourself is, your tribe that you come from is bigger than a very common grounds which we'll be talking about now that you share with a person. So, when I see Sister Georgina, and because I'm a Ghanaian, you're still a Ghanaian, aren't you? Yes. And I treat Sister Georgina so good because she is from Ghana with me. And I meet someone who is from Congo. The person is not from Ghana, right? Okay. Oh, no. This one, no. It's not my countryman, right? So, how I would treat Sister Georgina, I don't treat that person on the same grounds. However, do we all accept that there is something bigger than you sharing the Ghanaian identity with someone? Is there something bigger than that? Mm-hmm. Okay, tell me. What is bigger than you sharing a common identity of you being a Ghanaian with me? What is bigger than that? Okay, can you please pass her the microphone for me? Yeah.
We speak the same language.
Okay, what language do we speak?
Three.
Okay, that's from Ghana, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I want something bigger than we sharing that common language. We coming from Ghana. Is there something bigger than that? We come from Ghana, I know.
Our culture.
We are still in Ghana, isn't it? Let's go beyond Ghana. Is there anything beyond Ghana that is bigger than we being Ghanaians?
Human.
Excellent. Yes. Well, you can begin by going to, we are Africans, right? Well, you can go beyond that and say, we are the same race. We are the same color, right? And as our sister said, you can go beyond that and say, we are all humans. So, like Idobe once said in his song, different colors, same people, one people. Yes, different colors, one people. So, if I treat the Congolese different, less of how I would treat Sister Georgina, because Sister Georgina is from Ghana with me, what I am telling myself is the common identity, let's stick with the humans for now, of me being human with the Congolese is less important than I being a Ghanaian with Sister Georgina. I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, you're making sense.
Does it make sense to you? Okay. So, if I should treat my tribe man better than, say, I would treat a fellow Ghanaian, What I am telling myself is, being a tribe person, whatever the tribe it may be, is more important than the person being what? A Ghanaian. Now, it is not so easy. It takes a lot of practice for you to straight away identify a common ground with, say, Putin, right? You know Putin, don't you? Please, I want you to give, yes, Sister, yes, Felicia, yes, sure, yes. Putin, you know Putin, don't you know Putin? Vladimir Putin, you don't know him? Hey, okay, all right. Let's come to Osama bin Laden. You know that one, yeah? Oh, you know Osama bin Laden, yeah? Okay, all right. What common grounds do you share with Osama bin Laden? Okay, so you are also a fighter. You're also a fighter. Yes, it is not so easy without practice to be able to identify a common grounds that you share with someone that you meet. It's not easy. I always remember this practice that our guru showed us in one of the seminars that we did in Battersea. You put in a dot on an A4 sheet, and then he showed us. And so easily, we all identified the dot on the A4 sheet. In fact, you can use it in diverse ways. And when I meditate on that practice, so many things come into mind. Now, when I lift the A4 sheet with a dot on, our logical mind will easily tell us, I see the dot. But when you use your imaginative mind, well, I would say the imaginative mind is the field where God operates. When you use that imaginative mind, you realize that beyond that dot, there is a big space around that dot. And that is how we should see ourselves. When you see a doctor, when you see a nurse, when you see a lawyer, when you see an engineer, when you see a Pentecostal, when you see an American, when you see a Ghanaian, that person, that identity of that person being a Ghanaian, a doctor, or what have you, is just a dot. But that big space around that dot indicates that person is also a divine expression here in manifestation. So, whatever identities that we have, you may be an American. Is something bigger than American? Yes. You may have, what color is the American passport? Is it black, right? Yes. You may have the black, it's green. Oh, I think ours is green or Ghana. It doesn't matter. It's still an American passport, right? Now, you may have an American passport. You say, oh yes, an American. But of course, something is bigger than you being an American. So whatever the case may be, whatever identity that you have, it does not go beyond that common identity that we all have. And that is, we are all emergence of that existence we choose to call what? God. And believe you me, when you begin to see people from that big area around the dot, I bet you, awesomeness becomes your life. Beauty becomes your life. Intelligence becomes your life. Don't you want that to become your life? So, when you see someone you share, a common grounds with, but a smaller level. And you see another 4 common grounds that you share with that person. You tend to use the big common grounds to treat all of them. In a theory machine, in fact, I would say there is none as to the kind of knowledge that runs through this place. A theory machine is like going to a buffet. And in fact, you can't count the number of meals that are served. And with all the number of meals that are being served, you see that, oh, they are all looking beautiful and sumptuous. In the theory machine, we have so much knowledge system. Here, that, in fact, it's just uncountable. We have so much knowledge running through here that calls us to the fact that we are one with each other. One of them that I love so much, we used to say it when we were young, but we did not actually know the true meaning of it. When Moses came to his God awareness, he said something as to what the name of God is. Who remembers that? I am that I am. We've all said that before, isn't it? But when Guru came here, let's see if we remember. And he illustrated I am that I am. Who remembers that? Please help us. Give her the microphone. Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What I remember he said, and I think he illustrated it to the point to say, I am that I shall be.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you are, the state of your I amness is the state of everyone's. And the name I is the name of every soul. Mm-hmm. And in each moment of the I am, is the I am that is also happening or evolving. So I think he concluded by saying, I am that I shall be.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the experience of Moses was, if I remember. Because
Okay.
he said it,
All
I
right.
am that I shall be.
Good. Thank you. He went further and did this. I am. Let's all do it. I am.
I am.
And point to anything around you and say, that. I am. So I am that I am. You know what that means? I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. So what is in me is that which is in you, and that is in me. And to be frank with you, when you begin to see that commonness, that common grounds that you share with every unit of life, even how you treat animals also changes. When you come to identify that what is made of the animal is equally made of you. When you see yourself in an animal, it changes how you treat even animals. Mm-hmm. You see, when we were young, for no apparent reasons, we get a catapult and a stone. And what do? We kill lizards. When we were young, that was what we were doing. You will see a dog just minding his own business. You pick a stone, and then you hit the dog with a stone. And I don't know if when the dog cries, "Ow!" I don't know if that was what makes us happy. I just don't know. And over time, as we expand in intelligence, creativity, and love, have you realized that we are able to train some animals to exhibit what they also emerge from?
Yes.
Have you realized that?
Yes.
Over time, that is happening. We train dogs to guide blind people, isn't it? Or some man, one blind man told me, well, that was on the funny side. He said, a guide dog here is more important than a parliamentarian in some country. What apparently that he was trying to put across is, a dog can think and act progressively more than some parliamentarians. So you realize that even as we speak now, we identifying the oneness, the common grounds on which we have with some animals. It is changing how we treat such animals. Back in time, when you see a snake, all you think of is getting a certain stick and just kill it. But in advanced countries, where they have identified the importance of a snake to our lives, you dare not touch a snake. When you see the snake, you call for the wildlife. They are trained to handle snakes. You see, there are some people, when they see dogs, no matter how wild the dog is, they are able to calm the dog down. So, if you cannot handle a snake, call the wildlife. They will handle the snake. And you know what we get from snakes? Do you know what we get from snakes? Oh, okay. See. Do you know what we get from snakes? Okay, venom for what? For healing. Okay, healing what? Okay, yeah. Okay. You see, the very moment you begin to identify your oneness with all of life, and you connect to that frequency of oneness with whatever that you have identified, you are able to download some exceptional wisdom, intelligence that runs through them, that equally runs through you. So as it stands now, if you are in surgery and let's say you are bleeding to death, whatever they use to inject you or they use to apply on wherever that you are bleeding to stop that bleeding, it has an element of a snake venom in it. Yes, it has an element of a snake venom in it. And you know, when a snake bites you, it creates clots in your blood, isn't it? So with that knowledge, with that intelligence, okay, the scientists then sat down. Okay, what more can we get out of this mechanism? The snake bites you. Painful, isn't it? It clots your blood. You are dying. But is there something that we can get out of that? So something wonderful is happening of a snake venom, isn't it? These things happen when you are able to tap into that common grounds that you share with all of life. In the Acquah proverb, it says, "Die odie echire no, osua die we de be, odie animu no enantie." Okay, all right. So who is our leader here in this mission? Who is our leader? Oh, say it. Oh, come on. Say it. Mommy is our leader, right? Okay. So we have to follow in the footsteps of Mommy, isn't it? Okay. So who is the leader of Mommy too? Now we're going, isn't it? Excellent. So Mommy should also follow the footsteps of Guru. Who is the leader of Guru? Uh-huh. So we see we are expanding the grounds, isn't it? When we are following our leaders, all right, we share a common grounds with them, and we pick from that common grounds that we share with them. So as we know, our leader here is Mommy, and Mommy's leader is our guru. But we know, as you said, the leader of our guru is nature. So if we are to follow the one who is leading us, who are we to follow?
Nature.
Thank you very much. You know what Jesus said? Jesus said, if you believe, you can do more than what I have done, because I am going back to God. What it means is, Jesus did not even agree that we should use him as the measure of the capabilities that can come of us. So, in as much as we Ethereans here, we know very well that the Etherean hallmark, that small book slip, what is it, Mommy? Uh-huh. Yes, it's there. That's right. Mm-hmm. What do we call it? What is something is up there? Yeah. Is it ideal? The ideal Ethereum or something?
Our core values.
Our core values, right? Yes. Excellent.
We have a name for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It will come, Mommy. It will come. Now, we as Ethereans, we have these core values. The Etherean character, it sounds more close to it. But where do you think these core values come from? It comes from nature. And nature is the common grounds that we all, beyond we being Ethereans, we all what? Share. Our brand, the Ethereum brand, that's it. The Ethereum brand. So these values that the Ethereans share is coming from the biggest of all common grounds that we have, and that is what? Nature. Imagine a care worker sees the person he or she is taking care of from the same grounds or from a common grounds. What do you think the care worker, or how do you think the care worker would treat that person on the bed? An employer who identifies the common grounds he shares with the employee, how do you think that employer would treat the employee? The chief executive that comes to office and sees a cleaner and does not use the dot on the A4 sheet. What is the dot? The cleaner. But use the space beyond the dot. What is that space beyond the dot? The divine expression of God. As a reference point in treating that cleaner, what do you think would happen? Tell me. If the chief executive is not to treat the cleaner from the grounds that he or she is a cleaner, but on the grounds that I see another expression of God here in manifestation. I see the divine expression of God here walking on earth. What are some of the beautiful things that could happen? Tell me. Peace. Respect. Any more? Love. Any more? Joy. So you see, if we are able to operate But it takes a lot of practice to be able to do that, isn't it? It does not come easy. Because the first thing that comes to mind, if Aaron is to see a vandal, oh, fellow vandal. Is that how they say it, isn't it? Yes, fellow vandal. And I know they have their way of greetings and what have you. That is what comes into mind. When you see a fellow Ghanaian, the logical mind comes in. Oh, that's my fellow. It is say. Then you go. You see, it's so beautiful. But come to that awareness that beyond what the logical mind tells you, there is a big space that you can only step in with your imaginative mind. And that is the common grounds that we should all learn to treat each other on. And when you do that, greater wisdom. In fact, the love that comes of you is unimaginable. So, if we are to follow what came before us, our leader, which is nature, let's observe nature and how the principles of nature, how nature operates. Well, in the theory machine, we know one thing for certain. It is the 4 elements here that makes life possible. And Felicia, you know the elements, isn't it? That makes life possible, isn't it? The 4 elements of life that makes life possible. Without them, there will be no life. Thank you. Yes. Fire. Yeah. Please pass the microphone. Yeah. Would you want to add one more? You said air, and she said fire.
Smell.
Smell is our senses anyway. Water. I want Aaron to add the last one. Thank you very much, Aaron. So now, when we observe what came before us, they are our leaders. And we are to learn from these leaders. The air is our leader. The earth is our leader. The fire is our leader. And the water is our leader. So, let's do some small exercise. If we are to learn from the fire, right, as a leader, what do you think we can learn of it? I'll start with Aaron. Please, give me the microphone. Yeah. If we are to learn from our leader, fire, what do you think we can learn from fire?
It doesn't discriminate.
Thank you. It doesn't discriminate.
Wherever
You are who you are, irrespective of your race, your creed, or culture. Beautiful. Now, Sister Felicia, if we are to learn from the element, leader air, what do you think we can learn of it? Our leader air. You know air, don't you? What do you think we will learn from?
Air that blow.
What do you think we can learn from it?
To air give us life, because we breathe. Without breathe, we can't live.
That's right.
So that is the one thing. And everyone breathe the air.
That's right.
Yes.
Is the air breathing everyone?
Everyone.
Excellent. So the air is breathing everyone, irrespective of their race
And culture.
or culture. The air doesn't mind if you are a Ghanaian. The air does not mind if you are a Muslim. It will what? Breathe you. So if we are to learn from the leader, air, we treat each other with what? With love, with oneness. So, dear odi achire no, osuya de oyede be, odi animu enantie. So whatever that we came to meet in this world is our leader. And the most of all our leaders are these elements that we are making reference to. And we have to learn from these elements. So imagine, if we all make it a point to learn something from these leaders as to how we treat ourselves, is there not going to be peace in our lifetime? There is certainly going to be peace in our lifetime. Of course, we have laws wherever that we go. Wherever that we find ourselves, in a Ethereum mission, we have our rules that govern us. We have our constitution that govern us. In Ghana, we have our laws. In the United Kingdom, there are laws. And one thing that we should be very mindful of is laws can, and I wouldn't say it always, it can cause you to lose touch with your organic self. Laws can cause you to be very rigid. And you lose the awareness of the fact that this is what the law says. But beyond what the law says, I share these common grounds with this individual. So I would say, what good is the law if it shapes us away from the principles of what we have emerged from? What good is the law? So laws are very good, but always be mindful of the fact that beyond the law, you still share some common grounds with whoever you are using the law on. We have now identified and understood that when we operate from common grounds, and most of all, the biggest common grounds that we share with ourselves, beauty happens as our lives. Joy happens as our lives. Even the chief executive will treat the cleaner with respect. And I think you've been hearing more of this if you've been watching the recent teaching our guru is doing in Ghana, organic leadership. Organic leadership. So if you are a manager, you still respect the cleaner. It's all because you see your oneness with whoever that you are dealing with. As I said earlier on, in the Ethereum mission, we have loads of knowledge systems that you can use to help you always stay in connection with all units of life. And lately, instead of rattling through some of our crystal prayers, I decide just to go slowly and contemplate on every single paragraph and every single line in there. And when you do that, in fact, I am so grateful to the body that put together such prayers for us. Our sister gave us the vision call today. And even if you would want to just meditate on the Ethereum vision call, that alone is more than enough to help you always stay in oneness with all of life. It says, life is at Congress, working for what?
Our highest good.
And the good of what? We are here as active and conscious in life's efforts to establish the kingdom of God, which embraces all of humanity, irrespective of their race, their creed, or culture here on earth. Pause. Contemplate on that. In fact, you are not a dormant participant. You are what? An active participant in life's effort to establish the kingdom of God, which embraces all of humanity, irrespective of their race, their creed, or culture here on earth. Are we being active participants? Are we? And we are the divine expressions of God, determined to make this happen. Through what? The practical application of our Christ vision, which are just as to see the good and the divine in ourselves and in all of life. Ooh. That line alone gives me orgasm. it gives me spiritual orgasm. I am the divine expression of God, determined to make this happen through the practical application of our Christ vision that adjusts us to see the good and the divine in ourselves and in all of life. How wonderful. So when we put Osama bin Laden, if he is alive, if we are to put Adolf Hitler in front of you, you should be able to see the good, the divine, or the possible good in that person. Yes. And if you are able to see that good and the divine also in you, in that person, and you are to treat that person from that grounds, the world may say you are a fool. But to the leaders that lead you, to the fire, the water, the air, and the earth that leads you, you are the most wisest person on the planet. So let's use our crystal prayers. Meditate on every line. Very, very important. One other technology, the cosmic eye. The cosmic eye. We all respond to eye, don't we? And the eye, the cosmic eye, draws our attention to the fact that that which is in us is that which is in all of life. The cosmic eye. So there is no sense of separation between you and a lawyer. There is no sense of separation between you and a doctor. There is no sense of separation between you and a cleaner. There is no sense of separation between you and a bus driver. We are all the embodiment of the cosmic eye. Practice that. Use the cosmic eye. And it will help you to forever stay within the space beyond the dot. I'll end with a short video that I watched. And in this video, this gentleman went to a mental hospital. I think he went to visit someone. And let's say, just as Sister Georgina is seated, this mental patient came from the back. And unaware to Sister Georgina, he slapped Sister Georgina. Okay, now let's ask. What do you think Sister Georgina should do? Should she go and slap the mental patient too? Why? And you saw that the mental patient was laughing when he slapped Sister Georgina. Oh, he was laughing beautifully. Slapped her. What do you think Sister Georgina should do? Should she go and slap the mental patient too? Now, assuming Sister Georgina decides to slap the mental patient, you know what it means? He's mentally not sane, right? Okay, so I am going to slap him too. What it technically means is I will also be mad and slap him. I will also be crazy. I will choose to be crazy consciously and slap him too. But if Sister Georgina sees beyond a crazy person and still sees the divine, the God self in that individual, love is what prevails. Joy, harmony is what prevails. So in as much as possible, in our dealings with one another, yes, we will have the common smaller grounds that we share with ourselves. As Jesus said, if you love those who love you, what good have you done? If because I love you, that is why you love me, what good have you done? You haven't done anything exceptional. Our guru will tell you, if you just love someone with the expectation of getting something in return, what are you doing? Business. So what good, what benefit do you get if you are only able to love those who love you? But when you go beyond the smaller associations that you share with the people that operate around you, and you see them from the big space. Oh, I love that big space. Beyond the dot. And you treat them from that angle. Remember, greater love becomes your life. Wisdom becomes your life. Greater intelligence becomes your life. And creativity is all that there is for you. On this note, I would say, God bless you. Shall we consciously decide? Yes. Consciously decide to do our transformational meditation this very moment. Comfortably seated, hands on your lap. Gently allow your eyes to close. And as you listen to the message today, what stood out for you? What sentence, what illustration stood out for you? You may have also had some revelations as the message went on. Revelations are things that I did not say, but it came to mind as the message went on. What are some of the revelations that came to mind? And in what ways do you intend to consciously decide to use them to enhance your see, taste, smell, touch, and hear this new you emerging of you using the revelations that came to mind in the course of the message. In this new you, we now begin to consciously withdraw ourselves from wherever that we've touched back to our glorious body temple. So in the feeling of this new you, and with the next in and out deep breath, gently allow your eyes to open. And from now, going forward, when we see every unit of life, even a tree, operate from that common grounds, and let peace reign between you and all men. God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you very much, Brother Samuel Acquah. Thank you for this teaching. Thank you. Now it's time for questions and contribution. So if you have any contribution, you are welcome to contribute to the topic, the common ground. Yes, Sister Felicia.
God bless you. I have something to share. I went to Ghana and met my sister having a dog in the house. And I didn't know when a dog is sick, they vomit. But there was a pot which had aloe vera with dry grass. Then I could see the dog wanting to get some grass to chew. So I asked, and my auntie said, when they are sick, they want something to chew to heal themselves. I said, really? He said, yes. Not knowing my son has gone out to tell some guys to come and carry the dog and then go and kill and enjoy themselves. Then I said, no. If this dog get missing, I'm going to arrest them, get them arrested. So I told them they should take this dog to the vet. And it took 1 week before this dog was healed. So I said to myself, at least this dog is helping the house. So why don't I get the right medication or the medical aspect to take care of this dog, rather than allowing them to come and just carry it and just go and help themselves. So coming to the common grounds, all units of life, we are one. As our brother shared, I saw that at least that dog is a divine being of life. So there was any help or support that needed to be given, and I gave out, and now the dog is okay. So that is what I have to share. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. Any more contribution? Any more? I want to, any more? Okay.
God bless you.
God bless you.
So my contribution is, I think this message is very, very powerful. And
Yes.
we've been programmed consciously or unconsciously to dwell on what you have in common with someone else and stuff like that. So my take is that we need to consciously deprogram ourselves and find the greater good in everything that we look at. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you. Any more? Yeah. I want to contribute that from what he said we always have something common with somebody. And that thing common, it becomes a human nature in a way that if wherever I am, if I hear somebody is, if it's a place that there's no Ghanaians, and the person come and is from Africa, oh, yeah, which part from Africa? And then you are happy. Then this happened that I was in Birmingham, and I was working for this high-class people, a retired judge, and all the people who come there are other judges, book writers, or lecturers. So this one particular people come to visit the lady I'm looking after, and they drove all the way from London, and there were 3 of them. And when they were coming, the man told them that the lady who is looking after this lady is a Ghanaian. Okay. This woman happened to be that when she finished Oxford, 21, she was only 21. It happened to be that she went to Ghana to teach at what's the name of the school again? Infancy Man. She went and teach at the age of 21 at Infancy Man. As soon as they say I'm a Ghanaian, she quickly connected with me. And then the surprising thing is that from the age of 21, she's 75 now. She has never been to Ghana. As soon as they enter the house, and then that man like showing me off. He said, "Oh, Trudy, where are you?" As soon as I came out, what came for the woman's mouth? Dana se, da onya mena se. Then she will say, every say, oh yeah, nani do so. And all the three other ladies stood there and watched the two of us singing. She was connected quickly to me. And how she was able to sing that song. So I asked her, "Have you been back?" She said, "No." Can you imagine? And then, this is an example of people connected just because I'm from Ghana. You know this song. The song also connected us. So we connected like that. Where is the common ground? The common ground is that at that moment, you will realize that we are all from one source and we are one. She made me one with her, and I feel at home with her. Another example is that where I was looking after this lady, there are other carers coming 4 times a day. They come in the morning to wash her. They come at 11:30. They come at 3:30, and they come also in the night to put her in bed. So I am just in charge of everything around. So there was this one particular lady who came, and the way she was washing her, the way she washed the lady, I said to her, "Oh, I like the way you wash her." And her answer to me is that I want to do to her as I want others to do to me. As soon as she said that, I said, "You passed my exam." That is the oneness that I was looking for. And then I told the husband, I said, "Edna have passed my exam." And then she said, "What is the exam?" She said, I asked her, why is she washing Jane the way she does? And she said, "I want to do to her as I want other people to do to me." And that is the law. That is the first law. That is the common ground. The moment you know that I want somebody to do to me, I could have been me lying there. It could have been me, but just for grace. So I will do to the person as I wanted to do to me. The moment you look at the cleaner and said, "Oh, without this cleaner," I was telling that judge that he also told me that he doesn't like looking down on people. So I said, "Yeah, the mere fact that there's a cleaner, there's an electrician, there's a plumber, there's a lawyer, there's a judge, all get together to make the work possible." So I said to him, "You can imagine when you go to the court and the place is dirty, will you be able to do your work?" And then he said, "No." So the common ground. So I'm so happy that you bring our attention to this common ground. And life is a better place when we all realize this common ground and we live in peace, in harmony with one another. I always say, and I always pray and say that a Tyrian is not only the person who entered a Tyrian mission. Ethereans are all over the corners of the world. They are everywhere. There's an Etherean.